Good morning, guys. Welcome to the final day of the LA archives. This is day number 4, and because we don't really have that much on the agenda today, just due to time restraints, I kind of figured I would take this time to kind of express my thoughts and overall opinions of Los Angeles as a tourist. And as you can bloody expect, I loved it. Uh, it's such a different feel and vibe compared to somewhere like London that I'm used to. Um, I was quite surprised at how laid back people are over here. Um, I mean, I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's probably because of, but can I even do that on YouTube? I don't know. Uh, but yeah, maybe it's because of that, or genuinely maybe people are a bit happier here. Because in London, I mean, it's so much doom and gloom, and everybody's hustling and bustling and minding their own business that sometimes you don't really feel the like togetherness and camaraderie of people. Whereas, in those diner experiences that you've seen in, the last couple videos, I really felt like people got along here. And maybe, it's just for restaurant business or whatever, but overall, I mean, getting in Ubers, getting in lifts, and everywhere I went, shops I bought things in, it was like they were genuinely eager to talk to me. And again, maybe this is just like because I'm a tourist with an accent, so it's very interesting to have a different conversation. But to me, it felt genuine, it felt wholesome, so it was a nice um, feeling, to be honest, especially with somebody who's just so curious about the Californian lifestyle. I just kind of found that everybody was a bit more chilled and relaxed. Now, what I did want to address was, I guess, the overall opinions of Los Angeles, even from the locals, to be fair. Every time I would finish a conversation, somebody would end it off with, yeah, take care of yourself tonight, be careful where you go, etc., etc. It's kind of like, and it put me off a little bit. Um, and I think last night I probably got back around 7:30, so it wasn't even that late in the evening, but it was one of the most bizarre, unsafe feelings I've ever felt. Like, you guys know this, growing up in East London, it's not like, sunshine and rainbows. It's pretty nitty gritty over there, but for some reason I just felt super on edge. Um, and it's not like I was scared of things that you would typically be scared of. I was scared of what people might do that's different to what I'm expecting. So the example is, I don't know, homeless people or like people on drugs. You never know what their actions are gonna be, and the way you kind of move in this city, I feel like they can sniff you out um, for being a tourist. Maybe it's the way that I dress or whatever the case may be, but I feel like they can sense who's the tourist and who's not, and you can see. I think so anyway. You can see when locals walk through the streets, they know kind of how to move and duck and dive certain places, or um, just avoid certain situations. Whereas me, I didn't really know that, so I was kind of walking head on into things sometimes, and it was just one of those cliches where you, like, I don't know, grip your bag a bit tighter, or you look around a bit more, you put your head on a swivel type of thing. And I don't know, as a solo traveler, I don't know whether that's the best feeling in the world. Obviously, it just gave me like mad anxiety. But I mean, it's cool. I was warned about it from the very beginning, so of course I've always been naturally um, precautious about everything. So it wasn't as bad as maybe people made it out to be. So I feel like if so many people didn't say the same thing, my brain wouldn't have registered like, okay, really be careful because you're really in danger. Because half the time I think it was more paranoia than actually, something life threatening. But I guess I'd rather be paranoid than, you know, be reckless. And the final thing I wanted to talk about was, do I actually see potential in me living here? I would say so. I've always had an American dream. I'm pretty sure everybody has, where, you know, the TVs and the movies, uh they praise meritocracy and, work hard and you'll have a good life. And London, for me, especially recently, um traveling and such, it hasn't been the most appealing place in the world. And to go to a place like California, where the weather's always going to be decent, the people, like I said, are a bit more upbeat and happier. You got the sun, the sand, the sea. Like, what is the caveat? Like, what are you losing out on when you compare it to London? That's kind of the debate that I'm having at the moment. But what I will say is, I do struggle with, I guess, their lack of awareness towards things like traffic and so many cars being on the road. In London, like, our transportation system is top tier, I think. Although you have the occasional breakdowns and strikes and whatever, for the most part, coming to London as a tourist is super easy if you know how to navigate well and use the underground system very well. Here, you can't. Um, I've spent upwards of. Let me just check the flipping bank account because I feel like I'm gonna cry in a minute. Let's see. So, yeah, so that's close to £450. Great British pounds on lifts and Ubers over the past 3 days. This is discounting today, by the way, because we still have some places to go. I can't even wrap my head around how insane of a number that is. But in actuality, like, if you don't drive, it's gonna be a struggle. And I knew that coming in to LA. So I was willing to pay the price, quite literally pay the price. Um, but I didn't expect it to be this bad. Yes, you can take some forms of transportation. Some work better than others, from what I've been told by um, Uber and Lyft drivers. For the most part, I think metros work better than the buses, but it's not consistent in the way that me as a Londoner would think. So it's probably like 20, 30-minute waits. But yeah, you can save yourself a lot of cash by doing that. It's just, again, as a solo traveler, I wouldn't want to risk the convenience and probably the safety over, saving cash. So, make of that what you will. Call it expensive, but it's just part of the game. But anyways, I know I've been rambling for ages, so I'm gonna cut this clip right here. I think the plan for today is we're just gonna grab some breakfast. Um, I might actually end up going to the cafes and restaurants that I visited in the previous vlogs that you've seen. So either Nick's Cafe or Norm's restaurant, because I just want something convenient, and I know the food's good, so I might as well. And then after that, we'll make our way to Cool Kicks. We'll bring all of our luggages, bring them over to Cool Kicks, and then we'll make our way to the airport. So I'll either see you at the restaurant or see you in Cool Kicks. We've just got to LAX Terminal 2 for our second journey of this America tour. But before we kind of go on to tell you where I'm going exactly, I thought I'd break down everything that happened prior to coming to the airport. So I didn't actually get a chance to record our conversation with Frankie about selling the shoes, but I was able to sell both the remaining pairs for a decent price. I think I got about $240 for a pair of trainers and some slides, so I can't complain. Extra pocket money is fine. But initially, I had thought that Rami was going to show up to the store. So I'm a bit gutted about that, to be honest, because I set aside some time to sit down and kind of talk with him if the shop wasn't busy. And I was going to have a whole sort of like mini interview, but it's all good. We done the deal with Frankie, and I appreciate him for, you know, being able to see me and give me the price that I kind of wanted. I probably will try and get the footage off of his channel and just use it as a snippet, but pretty much we did like a couple basketball shots for a better price. And I'm not going to tell you who won, but you can find that out for yourself.
For both? Let me see what the Honors goes for. These go for like 100 right now.
Cool. Break it down to me. So
yeah, I was gonna say like one. Let's see, just because no laces, 2 on this. 120. Yeah, I was gonna say like 120 and 100, but.
Can we do 150, 100?
So 250. That's cool.
Wanna do that? You wanna up the stakes a bit by
basketball shot. Oh, you could down the stakes a little bit.
The stupid thing that I only just realized is that it's actually maybe a little bit cheaper. Not so much convenient, but it definitely doesn't make sense to go through the airport and go through customs and all of that stuff just to get to San Diego when you can drive. Although it's going to cost a lot of money, I made the mistake of not knowing the geography of California. So when booking the tickets, I was just kind of like, oh, well, flying does make the most sense. But in reality, it probably would have just been a little bit easier for me to hop in a car whenever I was ready to go. Mind you, you don't really get traffic jams in the air. But, I may not vlog as much just because I kind of want to keep their lives private, probably. So we'll try and condense the videos down to 3 to cover the 6 days. But again, we'll see. It all kind of just depends on what I get up to and how they feel about a camera being in their face as well. So I'll check in with you guys whenever I can. Probably when we get to San Marcos. So we just made it to Terminal 2 of San Diego International Airport. That flight was probably about 30 minutes. It was really quick. By the time we went up in the air, we're probably gliding around for 10 to 15 minutes, and then it was like the procedure for landing. So super, super quick. I didn't expect it to be like that. But I'll tell you something, yeah, this yellow bag has been causing me stress for the longest time. Because tell me why, when I'm in the plane, I can see that my bag is less than a mile away, which obviously means it's either with the guys on the ramp or it's on the plane. So I'm thinking, okay, this is cool. And as soon as we start to gain speed, I'm not. Look here, I did something that you shouldn't really be doing. I had my Wi-Fi connected as we were taking off, just because I wanted to check. And yeah, it said my luggage was left behind. So I was like, oh my days! I swear to God, if I get the same situation that happened to me in Los Angeles, I'm going to flip, bro. But thankfully, it's not one of those days, and we have all of our babies safe and sound. That's what we like to see, man. That's how it should be on a flipping direct flight from one place to another. But yeah, no shade on Virgin, obviously. So now we're just chilling, waiting in the arrival lounge, it looks like. Because as you can see over here, I'm going to show you in a minute, but there's just a bunch of baggage belts. And I've never seen it this way before, but the baggage belts are close to the exit doors, and I'm pretty sure anybody could walk into those exit doors and come into the airport. So I don't know whether this is a strange thing or whether it's just because I'm traveling domestically that like it's just that convenient for you to get your bag and then get out. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'll show you what I mean because you guys must think I'm tripping, but it's literally door to door. So that's the belt right there, and that's the exit door, and it goes down for 2 to 3 rows just with the exit doors close by. I've never seen it like that, but in all fairness, it's a lot more convenient because I'd rather do that than walk 20 minutes just to grab a taxi in London. So good on you, America. Finally, you're you know doing something good with your reputation, I guess. But yeah, we'll chill here for a bit and wait for my boy Adrian to pull up. Hopefully, I did give him the right directions because, yeah, not gonna lie, I have no idea where I am, to be honest. So we'll see. Catch you in a bit.